Hello, and welcome to the podcast, episode 23, where today we're going to be discussing privacy. It doesn't exist anymore. So, with that, I'm just kidding. So, privacy, what is it? No, seriously, what is it? Because I don't think anyone knows anymore. Pretty much everyone and their mother these days knows that our lives are nowhere near as private as they were maybe, say, 2 decades ago. And the biggest reason for that is the popularization of smartphones, such as iPhones, Galaxies, just really anything. I really realized how much our smartphones track us when I got one about 2 weeks ago, and it pretty much immediately found out where I live. I'm not kidding. Okay, I'm exaggerating that a little bit. It didn't get the exact address down, but it did get the road correct. I suppose it just assumes that's where its owner lives after it's been at that address for a certain period of time. It's just like, oh, you live here? That's cool, man. That's really cool. Now, a little while ago, I think it was about a year ago, I discussed Temu. And that's pretty much in the same category as this. Temu pretty much just is a information stealer. Now, obviously, I'm not just going to cover Temu. I mean, there are a million other privacy stealers, but I will talk about Temu a little bit in a shortened way so you don't have to listen to that episode. So, Temu. Basically, Temu is it's Amazon, but it's cheaper. Basically, that's it. I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible so I can move on. But basically, Temu is Amazon, but everything is like $75 off, or 75% off. Now, for some reason, God knows why, people really just did not question Temu. They still don't. That's why Temu still exists and is thriving today. But to make a long story short, Temu has gone on record multiple times of selling their users information. And being an e-commerce site, it is actually a pretty good way to get information because, you got to give it your address, your name, your zip code, your phone number in some cases. It's pretty much, you have to give a lot away to order something. I mean, heck, I just forgot about this actually. I mean, you have to give away your credit card information or your debit card information. You have to give away the security code. I mean, in my opinion, it should be super, super difficult to trust really anything like that these days. But I guess a lot of them just work, like Amazon. Amazon most likely does something similar to Temu in terms of privacy because that's just what popular companies do these days. But I can say without a shadow of a doubt, Amazon is definitely more trustworthy than Temu, as far as we know, at least. I'll say this, though. Temu, when compared to TikTok, is nothing. TikTok, most likely today, is the biggest security threat, in America at least. TikTok knows everything about you, and I'm not kidding either. Okay, not everything, but it knows a majority about you. And there's a study done, I think last month, where people found out that TikTok knows how long it takes its users to get addicted to the platform. 35 minutes, by the way. You could get a lot done in 35 minutes. Like, for instance, eat a popcorner. Love that stuff. Anyway, moving on. Not sponsored, by the way. Anyway. I mean, there are a bunch of messed up things on TikTok that articles tell me. I mean, I've heard that TikTok... I've heard that in like people's recommended pages, TikTok is kind of... what's the word for it? Boosting the boosting content that shows things that kids shouldn't be doing. But anyway, and the thing is about TikTok, the saddest bit about it is that you realize people in my age group are the most popular users of it, people below 17. And the reason, it's quite obvious, but the reason why people my age use it the most is because we are the most gullible. It's that, along with the fact that we don't care as much. Due to the fact that we are minors, and we don't have as much information on us, such as having a credit card. A lot of people my age don't even have a debit card. You don't have an address. Well, you do. You live at your parents' place, but you know what I mean. A lot of people view it as not my information, not my problem. That's what I say. But going back to my point about how TikTok may be the biggest security threat in America, it's been attempted to outlaw TikTok in America, I think twice. Somehow, both times failing, as I'm sure you know, because, it's still invading our country. But that should tell you that that's how bad TikTok is. The fact that it's, that our government doesn't like it, is it really that good of a thing then? So, lawsuits isn't taking it down. Our government isn't taking it down. Why? It's because of how popular it is and how much money the company has that owns it, ByteDance. So, ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok, has equivalented. Is that a word? They have it. Okay, what I'm trying to say, they have $84 billion. 84 billion. 84 of them billion dollars. Not cents, not pounds, dollars. Not yen. They might be Chinese, but not yen, dollars. I'm making this bit go on too long, but dollars. That's a lot of money. Dollars. Okay, moving on. You got to realize, a company that has that much money has so much momentum that there's not a lot that's going to bring it down. Now, while their value when compared to, say, other companies such as Nvidia, Apple, or Walmart, when compared to that, ByteDance's worth is nothing, that's still a lot of money. But anyway, moving away from TikTok, Google. Google's a big one, a big company that steals big information. I know how I said that owning an e-commerce site is a really good way to steal someone's information. Owning a website trumps that tremendously. Because not only can it look at, what information you're putting in, heck, it can view your voice. And you want to know something? Google has gone on record of doing that. Literally accessing your microphone without your permission and giving you ads based on what you've talked about. Now, good for me that I have my microphone plugged into an audio interface so I can mute it whenever I need to. Got you there, Google. But still, not good. Now, it's obviously even worse when you find out that Google is worth $2.2 trillion. Yeah, they've got a lot of momentum. But, a lot of people don't have audio interfaces, don't have a special podcasting or any kind of recording equipment plugged into their computer. A lot of people don't. I'm a minority in this group. But what that means is Google can access it no matter what, because you can't mute your microphone unless you go into your computer's settings. Unfortunately, on this computer, I don't know how to do that. So if you're a Windows user, I'm sorry. Basically, my advice would be, if you don't want your voice to be tracked, don't get a computer with a microphone. Now, again, I'm not exaggerating here with Google using your microphone to give you ads, user-based ads. There was a genuine live stream on YouTube. I think it was recorded about 7 years ago. And this guy was showing what he was about to talk about to the camera, so Google wouldn't know it. Google apparently does not have access to the camera. Good thing. And then he went to a random site, looked around, saw there were. I think his subject was dog toys. He went to a random site, looked around, and there were no ads based on dog toys. And then he said, man, I got a dog recently, and I've been looking for dog toys. And he just said all these things about dog toys. And then he went back to the exact same site, and there were a bunch of ads for dog toys. But it gets worse with Google. That's right, because a little bit ago, Google made a contender to Nest Protect and what's it called? Alexa, Amazon Alexa. They called it Home. Yeah, I'm sure you can see where this is going. If you don't know, devices like Alexa, Home, and Nest are basically all devices that are parts and pieces to smart homes. Effectively, you speak out loud. You go, "Hey Alexa, turn on the foyer lights, please." I mock this a little bit in the smart homes episode. But obviously, when you realize that Google is not the most secure company in the world, and then it comes out with something like that, that's a recipe for bad things. And then you realize that, oh, wait, it's already happened. August 11th, 2020. This is from Security Magazine. Nice name, like your name. Google admits its home speakers record at all times. Imagine how embarrassing that must be. Like just saying, yeah, guys, we screwed up. You might want to check on your little discs, because we may have added a little party piece into them, and we may be able to look at you from all times. Yeah, sorry about that. Now, this is kind of common sense. Having a device that goes off whenever you speak to it means it has to be listening at all times. It's like an actual person. When someone calls your name out, you are immediately alert and you walk to that person unless you're deaf. You're always listening at all times, therefore you can hear that person calling your name. To think that it only activates whenever you say, "Hey Google," is kind of ridiculous. But heck, I've got, about 4 things in my room, maybe 5. About 4 or 5 things in my room right now that are listening to me. My computer, my Apple tablet, my iPhone, and my Galaxy tablet. And I say there might be 5 because there's probably something in here that I don't even know that's listening to me, but that's beside the point. So, I'm not the most secure person in the world right now because I have a lot of technology in this studio, as I'm sure you can guess, and it doesn't like me, and you know what? I don't like it. In fact, it should hear what I have to say about it right now. But, my Samsung tablet activates when I say, "Hey Google." My iPad and iPhone activate when I say, "Hey Siri." Let's play a game. All right, so what I'm going to do, excuse my keyboard, I know it's loud. What I'm going to do is look up all the 3 branches I just talked about that I have reason to suspect they're listening to me right now. So what we'll do, Apple privacy scandal. All right, let that load. New tab. Samsung privacy. I guarantee you each one that I look up will have a privacy scandal of some sort. Samsung privacy scandal. New tab. Windows privacy scandal. All right, we'll start from number 1 with Apple. I know Apple will have at least 3 privacy scandals because that's just the way they work. All right. Confirmed. This is from Forbes. Forbes? I don't know. Confirmed. Apple caught in Siri privacy scandal. Let contractors listen to private voice recordings. That's bad. This article starts with the most, try-hard, dramatic sentence I've ever heard. It says, "What happens in your iPhone does not stay in your iPhone after all." Paragraph. Now, Apple is probably one of the most evil companies in terms of not only in privacy, but, how they treat They're lovely workers that we love in North Korea that commit suicide. But anyway, just looking at privacy stuff. All right, things that I really can't talk about on YouTube. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Apple has privacy scandals. It's like how I said, when I say "Hey Siri," I have it turned off right now. Obviously, I always have, but when I say "Hey Siri," it activates Siri for me. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, because I can literally just hold down the power button and it brings Siri up for me, but that's beside the point. All right, Samsung, what have you done? Voice recording smart TVs. Here we go. All right. We have a smart TV in my house. Samsung, this article is more than 9 years old. I'm pretty sure that TV is about 9 years old. Samsung's voice recording smart TVs breach privacy law, campaigners claim. The campaigners are probably correct. All right, so this is a smart TV, so that means it has, I think it has like a microphone inside the remote, and it has voice recording technology. It's old news. All right. Windows 10. Come on, man, give me Windows 11. Is Windows 11 really Queen as a whistle? Ooh, hold on. Here's one. Oh, by the way, the last one that I talked about for Samsung was from The Guardian. So thank you. All right, Tech Radar. What do you have? Microsoft defends controversial Windows 11 recall feature. What does that mean? Oh, it's AI. Why am I not surprised? Windows 11 recall feature. I don't even know if this is what I'm looking for exactly. Oh, wait, hold on. Privacy. Or at least registers. Oh, crap. Okay, so I just got to the bulk of this. Okay. To recap briefly, I'm quoting this, to recap briefly, in case you missed the concerns flying around this feature, a feature called, Recall, it sits in Windows 11 and takes regular screenshots of everything you're doing. Those grabs can be searched by AI at a later date, so you can find out all manner of useful info. And there's no doubting it's useful. Yeah, but is it, though? I love the brutal honesty of these articles, man. There are actually some, actual good article posters on there. I appreciate those people. Listen to this. So this guy called Brian Yolfson, I think that's going to be the first and last time I ever say that name again. So this guy encouraged this woman to address the issues of recall, saying, so talk about both the pluses and minuses of using all that data and some of the risks that creates and also some of the opportunities. A balanced question, but this woman elected to ignore the minuses part of the equation entirely and only talk in vague and evasive terms. She said, yeah, and so it's a great question, Eric. This has come up throughout the morning as well, the importance of data. And this AI revolution that we're in right now is really changing the way we understand data. She moved on to talk about businesses using data before addressing the consumer angles as follows. And as individuals, too, we have important data, the blah, 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 blah. New paragraph, a waffly and not very helpful response, frankly. So, in case you think that you are safe with technology in this world, I'm sorry to tell you you're not. Your information is unfortunately being used a lot more than you actually think it is. With microphones being a thing, cameras, just any electronic device in general can be used as a weapon. And I guarantee without a shadow of a doubt, any electronic device, such as a smartphone, a computer, anything, eventually will be used as a weapon either by the company or by one of its users. So, with that, I think that is all I have to say. Have a good day, and drop your address in the comments below. No, wait, don't act.